Alright, it's day number 19 of my accountability to myself, and I would like to start as soon as possible since I really want to sleep and I'm so drowsy. So the first thing today, I woke up at 8 a.m. and thanks God I slept 8 hours and a half and I felt perfect during the whole day. So I guess it's amount of times that I need to sleep regularly on a regular base to feel really good and to be able to cope all of the things productively. So I went to the gym. I did some minor stuff that is not included in my list of my tasks. So I started doing some things only at 12 a.m. Yeah. So basically in noon I started to execute my data skills exercise because tonight is deadline to send this, and everything I needed just to record the video, but it really took 1 hour to prepare and to record properly video with explanation what am I doing. I'm not gonna dive into details of that project, but I managed to do this and I spent 1 hour. After this, I realized I need to study really accounting. It's something that I want to comprehend because I have about 2 weeks till the exam, and it's totally enough to learn this subject even from the beginning. But in my case, I don't need from the beginning, I just need to break down some things. So I decided to dedicate myself to accounting for 3 hours, and I realized I don't really always need a break. It's an interesting thought that I caught myself with. If you're really enjoying the process, you don't need discipline, you don't need anything. There are only several significant things that might affect you while studying or working. First, distractions. You must get rid of all the distractions. For example, in my case, it's mode do not disturb on my phone, and I don't really check my notifications if I do have some, and yeah, it really works. And the second thing, you should just enjoy the process. Even if you don't enjoy this process, try to genuinely study or genuinely try to execute a thing with some interest. And even if you don't really like it, you are gonna enjoy this process if you're gonna convince your brain that you're enjoying this process. And as a result, for example, I don't like accounting at all, but I managed to study 2 hours in a row without pauses. Initially, I set my timer for only 1 hour, but after an hour I realized I'm not tired at all, I can study more. So I was studying for an hour more, and then I interrupted myself only because I needed to eat and I needed to go to wash my clothes, and yeah, it took 3 hours. This meantime, between two parts of studying accounting, because during the first part, even let me mention, I was studying 3 hours in a row. 1 hour I was studying data skills, and then I was studying 2 hours in a row accounting. After this, I spent 3 hours going to the store to buy some groceries, going to wash my clothes, and eating. Yeah, it took really 3 hours. I had some free time among some of those assignments, and I didn't really waste this time because I was repeating whether English words, or I was writing down new ones, or I was watching some podcasts or even more useful content. So basically it wasn't a waste of time. And after this, returning home, it was like 6 p.m. and honestly it's time. It's the most I don't remember how to say that word, but it's time that makes you just relax and wind down that makes you get a desire to relax and wind down. Because it's like evening, the day is behind, you just want to relax a bit. And I remember previously, even a month ago, several months ago, in the evening, I was never studying. I was always indulging myself in resting, consuming some useless content, and it's not really cool. So I just decided like I don't really want to do this right now, but I should to do, I should do this right now. It's like hard to explain, but I didn't even make a choice. I just said you have to study 3 hours accounting per day, at least today. I will mention about this a bit later. So what I've done basically, I just I kept studying accounting for 1 hour, and as a result, in total, I spent 3 hours studying accounting. And after this, I allocated without a break. I started studying economics. I swear on God, I didn't want to do this at all. I didn't have this desire at all, but I allocated 1 hour, and I'm really glad I did it, because regardless on the fact that I was studying accounting, I started with from the first chapter, and it turned out as a really interesting topic. It turned out really as an interesting and captivating topic, only because it was saying about our time, about our choices, and what is this economic. Economic is basically something that is based on individuals and societies, and it says about our choices, because how the world works in general. For example, there was an example, one person tried to create a toaster on its own without buying any details. He wanted to create everything on its own. He spent lots of money, he spent lots of time, and as a result, he created something that didn't even work. And it represented a fact that there are lots of people in this world, and each person is good in its own field. And the smartest thing is to do your best to get some profit and to trade this profit on other stuff you need. In our case, we are creating, we are working, we're getting money, and those money is a resource that we can exchange on anything. And it's a really interesting idea, because there's a concept of opportunity cost. It means the best thing, every time you choose to do one thing, you sacrifice all the stuff you could do potentially. So basically it means if you decided to watch reels, you chose it over spend time with your friends, over working, over studying, over traveling, I don't know, no matter what, but you've chosen this. If you've chosen spend time with your friends, it means you sacrifice spending time with your parents, probably also working. So every time when you make a choice, you sacrifice all the other stuff. And it's not really bad, but you should realize in general what are you doing, because our time is scarce, and all the resources we have also scarce. It basically means we human wants are unlimited, but our sources are limited. It's a very good quote, because it represents that we always want everything: food, clothes, traveling, spending time with our friends. Just we want to do everything, but we have only 24 hours per day. Every day we have only 24 hours, and we have to make this choice. And making this choice leads us to specific consequences. Those consequences reflect yourself, because today, if you are not satisfied with your life, if you are not satisfied with something, you can't blame anyone but you, because your version of yourself today is a result of all the small and big choices in the past. So basically, it's an interesting concept, and I would like to tell about this more, but I'm really sleepy and I need a bit to prepare to talk about this, because I'm gonna make some pauses, I'm gonna jump from one field to another one, and the information might be given a bit messy. So yeah, it's really interesting. I would like tomorrow to continue with accounting, and it was 1 more hour of studying. After this, I went to have my dinner. First I had to cook this, then I was able to consume this, and it took 1 hour and 5 minutes to prepare it and to eat my dish. After this, it was 21:15, and today I decided to implement a new thing. I have 3 tasks that I have to execute per day, regardless what's going on. Just, I don't care what. I don't care what do I want. I have to execute 3 of those tasks. And 3 of those tasks were data skills, 3 hours of accounting, and an hour of economics. And I executed this, and I wrote some rewards, some things what I can do executing those tasks. So basically, after my dinner, I could forget about all the other things and just indulge myself in those rewards, because I deserve this. But I decided I don't really need this, and I decided to read a book. I was reading for 30 minutes, and after this, I don't know what was going on for 45 minutes, but I have a gap between studying French and reading a book. Oh yeah, I was working with articulation, and also I was repeating some English words. And after this, I even spent 15 minutes studying French. At 10:30 p.m., I found 15 minutes to study French, and it's just about priorities. I swear, you will also be lack of time if you can't prioritize things that you really need to do. Because I could say, no, I don't need to study French, like I can study it tomorrow, but it's only 15 minutes, and only 15 minutes way better than nothing. Even in those moments when you are so tired, when you feel that you executed so much tasks, if you have an aim, you have to do something to get closer. Because I don't genuinely understand people, because when they have an aim, they don't do anything to get closer. Because imagine yourself here and your aim here, and you can constantly make some steps, maybe some messy steps, some missteps, some steps that bring you a bit back, but in general you are getting closer to your aim. And every day postponing this, the distance stays the same. No matter in 2 years, you will be on the same position if you don't take any actions. Yeah, because it's so easy. Like in general, if we are gonna think about this, it's so easy to achieve a simple aim as learning some subject or studying a language, because you just need to do something. You have a pattern that you just need to follow every day, and every day you are gonna get closer to your aim. But you're postponing this wasting your time, doing nothing, watching reels. What the hell? Why? I don't know, the idea of getting the best version of myself nowadays really inspires me and allows me to spend my day really productively. Because even being in the gym during my sets, I'm listening to the podcast, and if I hear unknown words, I'm writing them down. Even being in the gym, I'm doing two things simultaneously. Sometimes I'm reading a book between my sets. Why not? It's a great opportunity. Our time scarce. We won't have endless time. We won't have endless energy. So why should I spend my energy on something that won't matter tomorrow if I want to spend my energy on something that will make my version of myself better tomorrow? Those thoughts fly in my mind for the whole day, and yeah, it's really interesting. I really want to dive deeper into this topic. I want to think deeper about this, but I swear I just need to manage my time a bit better. I don't want to say that I don't have time, because I realized that today I started studying at noon. It was 12 a.m. What I was doing till this time, I was going to the gym, I was having breakfast, something else. I could wake up 2 hours earlier. To wake up 2 hours earlier, I need to go sleep 2 hours earlier. So there are some things that I really want to shift as time in my schedule, and there are some things that I want to experiment with. But for today, that's all. And the only thing I want to remember: opportunity cost. Time is scarce. And enjoy your process to get best version of yourself. Because I'm not saying I'm doing something the best I can potentially do. In my age, probably I could run a business, I could do way better stuff, but it's not about doing the best, it's about doing at least something, changing a bit your mind, and getting better ideas, which if you are gonna implement, your life probably might get better. If you are not even gonna try, of course it won't be better. So today I have, what do I have today? Aims, book, training in gym, English. I don't know, can I mark it? Because I didn't really study it on purpose. I was repeating some words, but I'm not sure. French, accounting, economics, and articulation. It was a good day. Now it's really late. It's again 11. Every time I want to go to sleep earlier, but I only finished with French. I'm recording this video, and even though I'm gonna brush my teeth and go to bed, I won't be able to wake up earlier than 8 a.m. and feel good during the day. So still something I have to fix, and yeah, that's all for today.